no one can make you angry. You only get angry at what you allow. The period on that sentence would be, no one can make you angry. You only get angry because you allow yourself to be angry at what people do. But the way to stop that is to give it up to God. Because, like, that applies to everything.
Oh.
I mean, like, correcting the way that you think. Like, say you struggle with depression. You know, and far be it from me to tell anyone what their struggle is. But I've had fits of depression in the past.
Yes.
And I can honestly say, since getting back to God, yes, I have had some sorrow.
Yes.
Yes, I have been a little down. But I have not been depressed. And I've been depressed before. Like, I got so low one time when I was 9 years old, I was ready to...
9 years old,
9 years old. Wow. And I have never been back there.
That's good. Thank God.
Yes, exactly, because it's all Him.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God.
He gives us, He says in His Word, He gives us enough grace to have joy. Like, it's
one of the fruits of the Spirit, right?
So
joy. That's a huge... Ooh.
Joy and peace.
Oh, you know what we should do for this? every once in a while, we should have an episode dedicated just to, like, a fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, joy. All right, we're starting joy right now. This might take 2 hours. I'm sure.
Do you want to do the testimonies?
Sure, we could do the testimony. You want to go first?
Sure, yeah. Sure. Okay. So, people who know me, you probably already know this. People who don't know me, I'm not going to give any names for privacy reasons. So, okay. I don't know why I love that.
It's fine.
So, okay. Little rundown. I have an older sister, 2 younger brothers, and a younger sister. My older sister is, let's see, I'll be 22, which means she's going to be 24. No? Yeah, she's going to be 24. My younger brother is going to be 21 this year. My younger sister is going to be 18, I'm pretty sure. And then my youngest brother is going to be 10. And, my younger sister and younger brother both have challenges, they're special needs. But I love them so much. Yeah, and for a long time, okay, so I was raised in a Christian household. So I was in a very dangerous position of thinking that I knew God. So for like 21 years, my entire mindset was, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I know God. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I love God. And through periods of my life, I did love God. Like, I specifically remember actually making the decision to follow God.
Oh, same, man. Yep.
But I also remember making the decision to be like, my flesh looks really great right now.
Yeah.
And so, my parents are in the process of getting divorced, And it's just, my life has been a series of challenges. A series of fortunate events, though. Because being raised in a Christian household, even with parents who are splitting up, I would prefer to being in a household with a nuclear family and never having known God. Because even with the twisted views that I had growing up on like what sex was and what family was and how a husband's supposed to treat a wife and a father's supposed to treat his kids and how a mother's supposed to treat, like, even with those twisted views and things that had to be fixed, they were able to be fixed because of the situation that I was in. Without God, I would probably be a very, very different person. And no one would like me. But yeah, so, like, just... I mean, from age is like, I think, man, I had to have been like 7 to 19. So a little over a decade. I struggled with anger, like, a lot. That was pretty much, like, the number one thing. And as that sort of died down, what took its place was lust. And then what attached itself to lust was pride. And it just kept building and building, and I was absorbed with lust, and I was absorbed with pornography, and I was like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm good. I know God. If I just pray, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And that was the pride.
We're walking it, though.
That was the pride,
Yeah.
because the pride was saying, it's okay if I do this, because then I won't be like that. And I was comparing myself to people who didn't know God.
Ah.
I'm better than that. At least I'm better than that. If I do this, I'll be better than that, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so, like, it went on and on and on. And it's just, I'm like, I would feel so guilty about it all. And just so broken. Like, I can't tell you how many times I went down. And because I was dealing with that, and I wasn't open about it, and I wasn't public about it, and I wasn't honest about it, and I didn't seek counsel with other believers, it ate away at my walk with God. It ate away to the point where I stopped reading my word and stopped listening to worship music, stopped praising God, where the only thing that I did was pray, and then pray sometimes, and then pray a little, and I'd sort of kind of come back, and then fall farther down. And each time that I fell farther down would affect how close I got to God. To the point where I was dating people who weren't believers, and they were affecting the way that I believed. So it was even more detrimental. Like, to this day, the longest relationship that I had, 6 months, was also the best relationship that I had. Because she was a believer.
Yeah.
The rest were just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, nothing against the people that were in them.
Yeah.
For me personally, being with them as a believer and them not was just so damaging to my spirit. Like once you make the choice to follow Jesus, those chains are broken. I literally went back to the chains and started wrapping them around my wrists. I was like, I'm good. I like this. I'm not sad and cry myself to sleep every night.
Yeah.
I'm not broken. I'm not broken. Dude, I was so messed up. But again, the beauty of God's grace and mercy. Look at me now. I got into Oklahoma Christian University.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Future Pastor Duncan over here.
Attempting to. Well, I'm going to do whatever God says.
Yeah.
If I'm down there and God's like, no, then I'm going to do whatever God says.
Yeah.
Because my lesson today was a lesson about obedience. And I forget what it might have been, like practical obedience or something. Something so simple, but people rarely do.
Yeah.
Is as soon as God says something, to make sure that it's from Him and then immediately accept it. Because I know that I'm...
That's cool. Manhood. Anyway.
I know that I've been guilty of just straight up getting something from God and then be like, is that really from God? Should I do that? And then hours have gone by and I still haven't done it. And just to be in the mindset of, is this from God? Yes. And then immediately do it is so healthy. Like, for me personally, I know like a lot of people struggle with obedience. Not just non-believers. Like, oh, why do I have to be obedient to what God says? I've never seen Him before in my life. Why am I going to listen to someone who I've never laid eyes upon? But even Christians themselves, like, we serve the invisible God. So it can be very difficult living in this world to recognize when God says something to us and to follow through on it. Because, yes, God is always with us, even when we're alone. But when you see something with your eyes, it can be very tempting to be like,